Hi guys, welcome back to Bina podcast together with me, Bina. So, today we have a very special episode and also alongside with me, I have a very distinguished guest together with me, two of them. And today we are going to talk about modular building technology, global trends in modular construction. Bunyinya macam serius. Tapi before we go dive about the topic, I think it's not tak lengkap if I'm not introduce our panel dulu pada hari ini. So please welcome the first panel, very distinguished guys. Sangat susah nak dapat tarikh dan masanya. We are so honoured to have you here. And introduce yang berbahagia Tan Sri Datuk Sri Lim Keng Cheng, Chairman for Lim Seong Capital Berhad. Welcome Tan Sri.
Thank you, Dina.
We are so happy and honoured to have you here with us.
Okay, I also happy to touch the invitation.
Thank you, Tan Sri. And maybe this is your first time in podcast?
Yeah, a bit nervous.
No worries. There will be, after this, maybe there will be another second episode, third episode, yeah?
Hopefully.
All right. So, welcome again, Tan Sri, on behalf of CIDB Malaysia. And alongside with Tan Sri, we also have another distinguished panel within our CIDB circle, CEO of CIDB IBS Berhad. And please welcome IRTS Zuraihi Abdul Ghani. Welcome, Encik Jai of IR, which is my boss.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dina, for inviting me.
All right.
This podcast session.
All right. So, yeah, we are so honoured again to have both of the prominent figure in industry because today kita nak bercakap pasal modular. Modular ni sebenarnya is kind of new. Macam topik baru di construction industry because modular ni sebenarnya is part of the building technology. You know, because I ni sangat junior lah compared to both of you. You guys yang sepatutnya do most of all the talking. But why we choose you guys? Because of your experience and background.
Because I'm tall.
Don't lah, Tan Sri. And sebelum we go deep dive into the topic, content yang heavy tu. So saya nak ambil kesempatan ni, I think I don't want to miss a chance to get to know you better. So Tan Sri, you kena cerita about yourself yang you tak pernah cerita dekat orang lain. How you become a great figure like today?
Maybe come from probably about 10 years old. I tell myself I want to be a so-called successful contractor. That time, because my father sick, I know I had to take over. So 14 years old, he passed away. That's why I carry the LHH and my name Shanghai is named to carry on the construction activity. Tapi I would say that I don't say a success that people determine. I have done all type of construction. We landed with today, I think we should push for the modular building technology. So that's why I don't feel shy to come and share here to make sure that the younger generation, the future contractor, they carry through the vision. So that's important. That's why I take up the offer by invitation by you all. I did first time in the podcast, but I think it's important as a contractor man, we had to adopt new technology and think out the box to make it our construction still relevant. Because a lot of people, the young engineers, start shy away from the construction industry. So that's where I come from. Even my company, LHS, also we have come out a one-stop construction solution. Also, most of the time we will change the design to adopt to using modular to cut down the labor, cut down the wastage, and recycle all these things. So that is my background. So I still learning. I hope I will continue learning lah. So
yeah, wow. Tan Sri, your background macam you dah conclude all for our episode. You dah cerita like everything that tiba-tiba you dah summary kan. Oh, that's why you are here.
Yeah.
To justify you are the right relevant panel for our topic today. Okay.
There are people better than me, so I'm not shy to share because I feel that the younger generation, the young engineer or contractor, they should start plan.
the
think.
future for our nation, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Alright. Thank you, Tan Sri, for your introductory. So kita boleh kenal lah you. And maknanya you memang like from the beginning, daripada awal zaman family pun is like in construction.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's your back. Okay. Now back to our second panelist, our guest, IR. Maybe you boleh cerita sikit how you become someone like today.
I believe that if the engineers wanted to become successful in a future of engineers, so you need to what we call it to comprise all the sector lah. I mean to become a consultant as well, a contractor and a client, as well as you have a skill in the project management. So you can you can comprise it, you can consolidate all those experience. Then one day you become a successful professional engineer in by profession lah. So that's all my little bit about my education and my experience.
Your journey lah sampai you become CEO for anak syarikat CIDB Malaysia.
Yeah.
Betul?
So currently I'm attached with this CIDB IBS, which is the subsidiary of CIDB Malaysia, and heading for this company, carry a role as a chief executive officer. So yeah, of course, Dina, we are a team as well. She is our head of business development in my company. So yeah, that's all.
Yeah, alright. So based on your sharing experience tadi kan, how your upbringing, mana you both ni have a different, dah join banyak experience kan,
Yes.
until you become today lah.
Yeah.
Which is good, and kena dengan topik kita nak bercakap pasal global trends on the modular, this new latest technology. So memang kena sangat lah dengan pengalaman you guys yang dah memang well versed. And okay, the first question maybe I nak bagi kepada Tan Sri because we are talking about modular now become the global trend
Yeah.
kan. So macam modular ni sebenarnya mungkin ramai yang tak tahu Tan Sri, we are talking about Malaysian context construction industry. So the first question will be, what are the latest modular technology di Malaysia?
The latest modular technology, they have a IBS, you have a robotic IBS, digital IBS, and also we have the one I always champion with, the high-rise one, using the MFE, this aluminum comfort, simple speed cast, and we can do it very, very fast, 5 days, one floor, with a 30-unit condominium. That is my company are doing it. So I memang I studied quite some time ago. I always want to be a number one to start with this. Tapi a lot of challenges being number one lah. People don't usually even talk about contract, JKR, all these things. As I always involved in CIDB to tell, you want to do anything, we start with all angle.
Yeah.
Like now, actually in Malaysia quite good. We actually Bursa also adopt the ESG. So actually all this modular and building technology are part and parcel of the requirement by the ESG, because I think CIDB also has all these rating tools and all these things that will be linked to the Bursa. We being corporate, we also have to be promoted on this. So but to do that is it come to the principal, the owner or the promoter has to be at the hand to it and make sure that the downline implement according to that. So that is I think in Malaysia this is challenge, but I think challenge doesn't mean can work. We will work together with CIDB and make it happen.
Yeah. Not only CIDB lah, any other agency. Right. Yeah. So IBS, you did mention pasal IBS tadi kan. So industrialized building system, and I mean your business also driven by IBS, of course, like you mentioned. So it's like a proven lah that that technology memang boleh boost your business lah.
Yeah, maybe a lot of I jump a bit. I know there's a lot of people think that always laymen would think that IBS is expensive.
Yeah.
But I need to clear all the audience here. Actually, IBS, if we on the long run, it's not expensive. The problem is our procurement system. Our procurement system, you make sure that the contractor is start with this. A design, they have to continue the subsequent project with the A design, so they can use back. So they say after 4 or 5 projects, in fact, they might cost more effective. But if you know our procurement system, every time open tender, then the consultant come a B design, the whole set they throw away. That's why they go back to original. People are using timber cut because cheaper capital outlay. So I want to advise the industry player and the policy maker. You had to be in mind of ESG and the modular industry technology.
Yeah.
Everybody's effort then can be done.
It's living proof by you guys lah.
Yeah. I did done in my project.
Yeah.
And we are, like my OHS 33, a success model of using that. But then framework I invested before. And then after that, the second project, I make sure that the design is an A design. Then go to the B design. And then my framework to be through.
All right. Thank you, Tan Sri. And yeah, tadi Tan Sri, I asked you about the modular trend in Malaysia kan, and Tan Sri dah jawab. So soalan saya kepada IR will be related to that. But the question is, macam mana Malaysia ni, orang kata like, how does Malaysia compares in modular adoption? Kat mana kita sekarang?
Correct. So sebelum I answer that question, Tan Sri, I agree dengan you punya statement tadi. You must use IBS. It's not expensive actually. Okay, coming back to the question. Okay, basically the modular is a terminology used by in a method of construction. Just one method of construction. So in several countries, in Europe country, they call it a prefab or modular construction. But in Malaysia specifically, we normally use it IBS, industrial base system. But having said that, this modular construction is part of the IBS in Malaysia. I mungkin boleh share sikit right, because in Malaysia kita ada 6 system yang recognize IBS, which is precast, usable formwork, for block work, steel framing, timber as well, and the last one is innovative. So where is the modular construction? Modular construction is fall under the what we call it innovative system, right? So modular is actually divided into 2, whereby number 1 is called it 3D in our volumetric, and also number 2 is a panel system. So where is Malaysia now? Actually Malaysia ni, not to say ketinggalan, but a little bit behind the other countries, right? Even though kita we compare dengan, I think ramai orang compare dengan Singapore, right? So basically construction in Singapore using a modular construction, right? In Malaysia, we do have that. Those manufacturers pun also supply to Singapore, right? So, if we compare to ASEAN country, I think we are not so bad, right? But if compared to international, of course we are left behind, right? So this is the scenario, because we are talking about this construction, this type of construction. I think not 20 years ago. Basically, it's almost 60 years ago.
Academic flat.
Yeah.
Flat berkeliling.
Yes.
First
So,
IBS project in Malaysia.
Even habis demolish, sekarang tengah buat pembangunan baru kan. So there's one building in Penang, if I'm not mistaken, Reference. That's only established sampai sekarang. So, but again, penerimaan, I mean, usage of IBS in Malaysia, not to say very bad, but is increasing. Okay? If we're talking about the data, the adoption of IBS in Malaysia for government project is about close to 93% for last year data. And for private project, I think almost 60%. Because what? Because the government also imposed the policy, right? The government, and also we do have a policy from the what we call it from KPKT lah for the for these policies. So that a little bit about how the modular construction in Malaysia dalam trend kita sekarang ni lah.
Yeah, our adoption rate so far lah. So tadi saya tertarik, I heard you mention about the adoption rate of 93%, that particularly for the government project, government owned project. Of course lah, sebab government you got the power kan to impose, to put a policy. So
tender criteria.
Yeah, betul. And tapi the next question untuk Tan Sri, saya nak, because I nak your context as a industry leader from the private sector.
Okay.
IR ada mention, dah lama, 60 years back, dah lama IBS ni sebenarnya kan, this modular technology. But why Tan Sri you rasa is very slow adoption for Malaysia?
Itulah, it's a procurement, sorry to say, because a lot of QS, they work out, there is a price you have the price for. And a lot of contractors, they don't have a future. So if they say you will invest 5 million for the homework, compared to you use 500,000, you can start the work.
I see.
So that is a difference.
Yeah.
That's why you go back to the why during the COVID, we actually start our LHS to go for the market. That's how I start with, to raise a fund to invest on the homework. And then therefore, after that subsequent project, I make sure I control the design, use the same forward. And actually for my company, this how you can show after the 4 years, the company result are flying. I will come out tunjuk terror. I just want to show the audience here. That is incentive. You come out the capital outlay and incentive for you to actually in the return 4 or 5 years later, you actually mean more than compared to you spend 500,000 container, timber, formwork and all these things.
Yeah.
It gone down to the drain. So because after the timber, you have to throw and burn and all these things dispose. So but use what I did is the aluminum formwork. So we use the formwork to modify a bit. Sometimes lay out a bit, we modify. Then you need all the same. So we continue. We have 4 or 5 projects. So actually the return actually more from the result show. And the speed and the worker skill is already there. You also deduce the usage of foreign workers. So what you need to do is formwork is recycle. Tapi the material you use steel, bar, concrete, all these are brand new. So people buy the condominium, they won't feel it. They actually still, in fact, I tell my sales team, because I had to do A to Z, we are developer, we are also contractor,
Yeah.
we control the design, PMC, so we done. What I said, you had to be all-rounded, then they can be champion in the construction, then they will be cost-effective. So that's why we come out and I dare to show, it's not I want to show terror, it's I want the industry to go into that era because I very particular of sustainable development and come to ESG arresting, try to cut out the waste and then try to use it. And because aluminium, you don't need to throw, you use it. If it's timber, or other homework, you have to throw. So the other one you can use is, of course, you do the one for high rise. On the low rise, rural area, in fact, you can use a digital IEBS. I am the type of people, I adopt blue ocean strategy. Gamuda during the COVID, they actually didn't have much order. So JK have one project. They have a conventioner. I talk to them and link, and I use my machinery, logistic, and make it happen using digital IBS. It's already ongoing. So that was, during that time, we have a problem, the workers problem. So when there's a challenge, they force yourself to actually think, to change it. But for us, government can do it. Like Singapore is, we cannot compare to Singapore because of policy matter. You like it or not, the government say, if it's more expensive, I pay for it. There's no talking about it. But for us, private sector, we have to have an economic scale. So for me to make it economic scale, my method is slightly better because I took 5 project volume to divide back to the average now my cost. So it become cost effective. And people learn from the learning curve. You're actually doing better and better with it. Tapi I know the government problem is they say no single source, all these things. To me, I kasa sikit lah. There's 2 school of thought lah. Single source, it can be cheaper. Not necessarily very expensive. Tapi the one with a different forum to argue lah. But today when they're talking about this modern industry with technology, not only the government had been implemented from Malaysia to come out, private sector, I share my experience. I like to share. So I want them to come in. Because for me, I have learned all the construction mistake. So from there, we have improved it and make it a system to make it happen. So we must learn from mistake and don't use a bahasa broken English. Repeat the mistake again. Don't. So we make sure that actually learn the mistake, we don't carry out the mistake and then improve it and make it a system to implement. Tapi this is problem in the procurement.
Procurement lah.
I can add here because I agree that the procurement process because of the kenapa adoption of
masih rendah tu.
There are also other factor. Maybe because of the logistic because transportation jauh kan untuk IBS nak ke tempat Bina. Number two maybe because of the foreign worker kita ada foreign worker. So actually use IBS is really to reduce their foreign worker as well. But some of the project they use a foreign worker. Right. So those are the thing yang antara factor lah.
Logistic, like myself, our company we have all the crane, full price of a lorry, crane and all this thing. But it come to in the city high-rise construction, you cannot use a digital IBS. We had tried. Also, it's not easy because the logistic also, like what you say, you had to be transferred from the factory to the site and then stack it out, and you need a space to take it out. But also you use an aluminum foam, you just raise up and pour. You don't need to stop at the bottom. So I just could, I think now I'm quite famous in Banana KL. So the Banana KL also same thing. Those are surrounding by the forest. They cannot do all this precast and anywhere. So they also use it's also IBS by using silicone. So the whole thing they just jack out every day they cover. So Banana KL also one of that.
Okay.
Now I'm operator of Banana KL. So
another diverse business and
but I'm interested in the industry because I looked at the video they have. I said these are the things we should share out. There is a typical case. You see, Banana KL is seated in the Bukit Nanas. It's all forest you cannot touch. The print is so small, so they got no choice. You see, when the logistic has a problem, you got no choice to think about other system. Like my side, those projects I have LHS group in KL, I using aluminum system. I cannot use because you still in a storage place. But whereas in the army camp, five story roll rise, we use a Modular digital because the site is big. You can stack.
You have the space for that in terms of logistic and space.
So it's not something that fixed model. Like what did I say? With 6 or 7 model.
All right. And Menara KL also during dia punya early construction, they are using IBS already.
Yes. 29 years ago.
29 years ago.
There was a German contractor.
They're using teknologi yang kita tengah nak cakap sekarang. Alright.
Because they had no choice at the time. They had to come out. They call silicone at the time.
Alright. So tadi kan, since you guys pun dah bercakap on the logistic wise and the challenges in adoption of IBS itself. So saya nak tanya the next question to IR. Sebab because of our topography, our Malaysia itself, tak payah pergi negara lain lah kita compare to our own country. Kita ada Sabah, Sarawak. Semenanjung pun within KL, Selangor, Johor, Penang sahaja yang actively adopt this IBS. And for the rural area, apakah sebenarnya yang adakah is it hard for them to implement modular?
Okay. Tadi kita ada cerita pasal data. About 93% of government project in Malaysia achieve IBS. This policy actually started in 2008 already by through the perkeliling MOF. Okay. So for government project, let's say katakan sekolah ataupun hospital, for all over Malaysia including Sabah, Sarawak. Why the rural ni agak kurang untuk pakai IBS? The data tu menunjukkan, they show the remaining kenapa tak boleh achieve that's actually because of remote area, especially in Sabah and Sarawak bila they do construction for sekolah ataupun hospital. Okay, so yes, because of this agak jauh dari segi transportation dan sebagainya, but isu ni sebenarnya dah lama. In Semenanjung, most of the government project comply with this policy. For Sabah Sarawak, yes, mereka get an exemption. Exempted from the government, not doing this IBS or any modular construction. But bear in mind, IBS not only for precast. When we're talking about precast, yes, we need to, so-called transport
Infrared.
dan sebagainya, logistik. But there are also kita ada lagi 5 sistem yang recognized in IBS. What I'm trying to say is, IBS, it can be produced at the site itself, right? Can be produced, and
Ada option itu.
ada option. Okay, so even that particular product produced at the site, we also can certify it.
Can.
Even sebagai contoh, for example, use a block work system. They be produced dekat tapak Bina. Even the precast one, if they allowed for do a production
On-site
casting, also we can do a certification for that particular project. But again, they are really depend on this under contractor itself, because it's coming back to the cost. Yeah. So if the government wanted to improve this particular area at the rural, maybe they need come into the procurement process as well. Like I said, kalau satu project, I don't think contractor nak buat satu project saja, right? There must be a volume, right? Same we talking about the residential project. If we wanted to buat satu biji rumah saja, I don't think it's viable for use IBS. If you need a numbers, you need a volume in order to get economy of scale. So maybe the government also have to look into this matter for project sekolah and hospital. Maybe amount of contract and numbers of project awarded to the contractor also kena dilihat semua dari segi tu.
Maybe boleh buat package terus.
Yeah,
For that rural area, not only for one project, but you already have.
You go back to procurement.
Yeah, procurement. Yeah, it's supposed to.
And one thing I just nak highlight, maybe luas sikit daripada question tadi tu, is about the contract itself. The contract for the government project, they based on the conventional contract, right? Most of the contractor, you know that IBS, you need to buy this component. You need to pay in advance. So if the contract is basing on the conventional contract, how contractor wanted to so-called upfront the payment to the manufacturer. So these are the area need to look into lah. I think this one has been discussed before, but maybe tak dapat lagi satu keputusan atau jalan penyelesaian yang terbaik.
Saya setuju. I experience that process.
Yeah, I think most of the contractor experience this.
Yeah.
And lots of contractor juga highlight this issue because of the contract itself, the form of contract itself, right? So for the government project, I think for the swasta project, private project, maybe it can be customized and maybe some bayar dulu ke, advance payment ke.
Actually, maybe I can add a bit. If you don't, that's why I trying to share my education as well. I didn't QS and engineer. Tapi now we're talking about QS head.
Okay.
You see, when you have you want to do IBS, you had to change the contract to ease the contractor cash flow. Because whereas you do the conventional, they bought homework maybe 500,000. Then after that, they claim based on homework per meter square, the concrete volume. Tapi when you come to the IBS, you are setting out cost probably 5 to 10 million. Tapi you spend over 100 million. Tapi the other one, so that not many contractors have 5 to 10 million to start with. So you don't pay the homework fabrication, which is not inside the contract. So that's why to implement our goal today, we need hand in hand the government and the contractor. Whereas like me, I have moved one level out. I also contractor. I also very involved with the government, the highway policy maker. So what I also have, one the other hand is a developer. The developer would, what you say, you as a client, the tell consultant, the contract you prepare for, if you want to the modular industry. So you go for that, the procurement.
The procurement contract. So
change that one. So government have a convention. So you know lah.
Must to suit with the this technology lah. To suit
you must design to suit that.
Baru dia align lah, synchronize.
I also do the government contract. I feel the pinch. Tapi for us, we are not small contractor. We still can solo, but I said, we
Understood.
feel the pinch.
Yeah. So we hope that during this conversation or
Because the audience here, a lot of government officers.
yeah. So we hope that they look at this with the bright side.
Yeah.
So that this is the time that we work together closely and really change. Start seriously change on the procurement matter and the contract matter on this. How nak accelerate the adoption of modular IBS technology. Alright. So the next question will be for IR. So tadi kita dah bercerita on you dah share pasal rural area, how to implement modular. Susah macam memang awal-awal dulu ada challenges dia, but now you proven tadi based on your explanation tak ada masalah dah sekarang. Boleh implement je, boleh buat side casting kan. So and adakah that the changes ni from previously and now the current adoption of modular, adakah ini berkait rapat dengan kita punya readiness of the logistic as well? Our efficiency tu berkait rapat ataupun memang because of the technology itself? Ada kaitan sangat tak antara logistik dan the technology tu?
Alright. So again, yes, tadi we are talking about this logistic transportation untuk antar this component, we call it component IBS to tapak Bina. Tadi pun saya dah bagi tahu bahawa we do have our other option of IBS system whereby kita boleh produce kat tapak Bina dan can be certified by CIDB as well. So in my opinion that kalau kita dah when we wanted to use this modular construction or IBS, you must look into the benefit as well. Okay, the benefit. There are lots of benefit. Not only we're talking about the monetary, right? There are intangible benefit that we can gain from this using of this technology. Okay, for example, the construction waste. Even the construction waste can be translated into the monetary as well. The construction waste aside, the duration time. I mean, the shorter duration completion of the project, and then of course you can achieve the sustainability. You're talking about ESG just now, right? So those are the element. There are banyak lagi sebenarnya benefit yang untuk guna pakai IBS ataupun modular construction in tapak Bina ataupun dalam suatu project. What I'm trying to say is if the developer ataupun the contractor itself look into the bigger scale, I mean bigger picture, they can get a saving actually from using IBS.
Yes.
Okay. For example, from our study, I mean ada study yang kita telah buat oleh anak syarikat CIDB juga, Keng, Construction Research Institute of Malaysia. Bila you pakai IBS for particular project, this is just a rule of thumb, you can gain a saving about maybe 10 to 15% if you're using IBS. But again, you need volume volume as economy of scale.
So I can confirm.
Yeah, I think Tan Sri dah buat project. You can share with us how many percent that you can get from this using this technology.
Because you need the volume.
Yeah, you need volume. So
That's why all bounce to the copper cube.
yeah, kan. So there are benefit from intangible and tangible yang kita boleh calculate. Yeah, even you can get a saving as well. So those are the thing yang maybe construction industry ni mungkin tak nampak, right? Because dia nampak IBS susah, jauh, kontraktor manufacturer tak ada dan sebagainya, logistik tak support dan sebagainya. But if you look into other country, like let's say kalau macam di Singapore ataupun Australia, right? So baik or baik dia fikir dia dapat kira, I mean dia dapat tahu benefit ni, they can always go for this technology, the modular construction ataupun IBS. Betul Tan Sri? Maybe Tan Sri boleh share more saving you can get from the project, right?
So because maybe if I can add a bit. Because for us private sector, we invest this one, I will look for the project with similar to this one. I continue make sure that my costs have been shared with 5 projects.
Okay.
So that's where the 15% come in. So I say government should look at this one, because the problem is we can do it, private sector we can do it, but government cannot do it. But also there are contractor very small, they cannot do it. But the government to bridge the contractor small one, you had to come out this standardized policy, and then probably get somebody to do the factory, and then they produce, and then there's somebody to invest in logistics. So they already have this. That means that they know the policy is when you want to do, this is Rumah Rakyat, or this is hospital, or this is a school, people will go to this factory. So that's where the procurement come in. For me, I'm not a government. I only do whatever I need to do. So we will say that, okay, I'm doing, my model is we have mixed affordable and condominium.
Yeah.
So we have two set of more. We continue with all the projects I have. And then the logistics, my crane, all these things are similar. And my building height we control within 30 to 50 story. We didn't go gila. So that's where all my logistic equipment can be used, all my model used. Then therefore, I can endorse 15% saving.
15% saving. Yeah.
So the government do that, government also can saving. Tapi with government logistic, they, sorry to say that, you banyak keras. I go through that. That's why I use Lim Shanghai. Lim Shanghai history, JKR license, Class D.
Class D.
At 1966. I still keep the license copy, my father time. From then until now, I see how government procurement. When I do in, you say the rural, can be done. I had done in Sahabat Complex Felder scheme, the houses, the towers. Or I didn't do KCC too. I do PCAS.
Yeah.
Because they give me 10 package together. If not give you one package, you give me one package, I got no money to set up the factory. I cannot set up my crane, my lorry, logistic. So they actually, when I talked to the Felder chairman, now the Tun Raja Arias, I quote his name lah. That time contractor also in Shanghai. So we have done that. So he buy the idea. Okay, Lim, you're a young man, I support you. That time I had 20 plus already. Yeah.
Wow. So, kiranya.
Can be done.
Yeah, it can be done.
And then Felder has saving.
Yeah, 15% confirm.
Yeah, confirm.
You endorse that. Yeah. Industry players.
No, I like to highlight 15%. A lot of industry players will follow, go to IBM.
Yeah.
I'm at the type of people, I learned from the construction mistakes, so many waste dispose. You know, 1,000 a lorry, one construction site to send out. Where you want to dump? Dump the river, become flooding issue, environmental issues, and also impact. We are still living in this country, don't create a waste.
Agree. It's very, you have to look at the holistic impact of that. Which is good. And next, the question untuk Tan Sri. Tadi kita banyak, we talk about our Malaysian context and on our current adoption, our capacity of our local players. And because if you want to tengok sikit on the global trends, do you think, first question, Tan Sri, which country yang sekarang leading on this modular technology?
I think leading is Singapore.
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 Global.
Yeah.
Wow. Our neighbor.
Yeah, our neighbor.
And how they do that?
They are kaya lah. They are kaya because they are smart. Their procurement, they all using the same PVC. Semua PVC. So then, you like it, semua PVC. Then people will start go and invest. Tapi the one who invest are smart Malaysian in Johor. They produce and send to them. So they make a lot of money.
Wow.
Singapore kaya because they're smart.
They're smart.
They go for policy, standardized, semua. You cannot turn back. Beginning very painful. After that, actually cheaper.
Yeah.
Long term, now he can be cheaper. UK also half.
Oh, really? Even UK?
Yeah, UK because they are very slow. They're very slow. So, but they also do that. They also adopt. Japan also everywhere. China also. China, in fact, they actually is a must. You don't underestimate China. China is the one who very precise and very focused on the environment.
So element
more stringent than any Euro country.
You can jadi kaya, smart and aggressive lah. Kan untuk jadi leader.
No, you see that anything we don't do ad hoc. They have a master plan.
Yeah.
They have a future, what you want to achieve, and they hold on to it.
Okay.
But you must have a beginning capital.
Agreed.
When you have a solid capital, then you go. So actually, you start, you measure 3 years, you shouldn't have that. After the 15 years, actually, you will break even to the 7 year, that's 8 years onwards, you make profit already.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I tend to agree dengan
Yes.
because most of the manufacture in yang supply yang buat project di Singapore is actually manufacture from Malaysia.
Yeah.
They produce their product in Johor Bahru ataupun dekat Johor.
Well, we are smart one who make profit.
Yeah. But again, I think China also leading on this industry as well.
China is
Yeah.
also one of the...
Because kenapa saya what I'm trying to say is we do have a China product in Malaysia as well. Certified, I mean CIDB certified this product from China, and there are some is a modular construction punya component lah. Right. So yes, I think on globally Europe dia ada dia punya sistem mereka sendiri. Dia pakai precast sebagainya ataupun dia pakai timber. Mereka sana timber sangat diguna pakai, but not in Malaysia lah. Even Malaysia, kita iktiraf timber is one of the IBS system being recognized in Malaysia.
Timber is...
Just the adoption maybe because of some of the approval process yang mungkin sukar untuk didapat kelulusan daripada pihak tempatan dan sebagainya. Itu yang menyebabkan adoption di Malaysia pakai timber is sangat-sangat low. Memang kalau boleh dikatakan tak ada lah untuk bangunan-bangunan tinggi dan sebagainya. But on Europe country, they're using timber very...
They also use a lot of waste. They recycle the waste.
Recycle back.
They use a lot of recycle waste.
Yeah.
That's why I think they are very slow. Yeah, tapi they start many years ago.
Yeah.
So they are there. So but the Singapore are the one, and China are very fast coming.
Fast, trying to chase Singapore lah now, China.
Tapi
We are
Singapore is leading lah.
leading, so we should. It's considered as one of our benefits as well. Singapore is our neighbor only.
No, we are the supplier.
Yeah,
Malaysian, Johor factory, all are the supplier.
Kan, supplier kita di Johor.
Tapi they are smart lah.
Yeah. Alright. And mungkin IR, you nak, since we are talking about modular and Malaysia pun nampak actively for the past few years to push on this modular adoption, and especially bila dah kuat kuasa for the policy project swasta.
Yep.
Okay, selain daripada tu, mungkin IR nak share what is the way forward on behalf of CIDB about this modular.
Right. So sebelum tu you touch about the policy tadi ya. Policy again, I think early on kita punya mula-mula tadi pun dia cakap pasal policy. Just to reiterate the policy for private project saying that all project more than 50 million ringgit and above and 50,000 meter square need to achieve a 70 IBS score. Because in Malaysia we call it IBS score. IBS score is actually the content of IBS inside that particular project, right? Ia boleh dikira lah, right? That is the policy. So with this kind of policy, again, this policy actually baru saja di KZ kan, I mean diwarta kan last year, July 2024.
It's a long time.
Actually, this is a revision. Previously it sudah ada, tapi this is a enhancement.
TKR control they have.
TKR is following the government punya policy, but this one is for the private. So they enhance from the previous policy. So what is the beauty for the new policy ni? I mean the new revision ni is actually dia ada letakkan kat situ CIDB is sebagai agensi pemantau. It's a monitoring agency on behalf of government. So they collaborate together with the KPKT, meaning to say that CIDB will become agency technical luar inside the OAC submission during the building plan. So and one more, CIDB also become a monitoring body during the construction stage. During the construction of 50 to 60% of the construction stage, CIDB will also come to the site through CIDB IBS to calculate how many content of the IBS score inside the project, and towards the end sampai ke issuance of the CCC lah, certificate of compliance. So with this policy, I would say coming back into the modular construction, right? So from the perspective of CIDB as well as the Kementerian Kerja Raya, because CIDB is under the Kementerian Kerja Raya, we are now moving forward into the modular construction, right? So kita rasa that modular construction ni again kita dah cakap tadi is left behind, but we try to boost the industry lah, especially in Malaysia, untuk menggunakan pakai modular construction ataupun PPVC, polymer, right? So we hope that with the introducing of this, the introduction of the policy by the KPKT, the new revision, with the CIDB as an agency pemantau, a monitoring agency, that implementation of this using of IBS in construction or modular in construction can be achieved, right? So the implementation is actually through the PBT lah, alright. The pihak berkuasa tempatan, local council, all over Malaysia, alright. But except for Sabah Sarawak, but we try Sabah Sarawak, dia ada ordinance mereka sendiri, and quite responsive. Bila CIDB went to Sabah and Sarawak, they also willing to adopt this policy as well, right? But it just maybe the percentage content of IBS tu maybe not 70 lah, mungkin 50 dan sebagainya. Then later on dia boleh naik kan, right? So I would say that this is a good move, good move emphasized by the government for the construction industry, supaya maybe another 5 years the adoption of IBS maybe for government project can achieve 100%, and for private project can achieve maybe 90 to close to 100%, right? Because not all project basically, like for swasta kan, private, it's only 50 million and above, and 50,000 meters square, right? So but on below tu kita encourage, I mean government encourage to using IBS. If the contractor or developer ni look into the benefit, I'm sure that you akan guna IBS in the project or modular construction. Betul Tan Sri ya? Tan Sri pun dah guna dalam projek mereka. So this is the government punya aspiration lah.
Aspiration going forward lah.
Yep.
And I want to add on lah juga. I think that's why lah tahun ini for our annual International Construction Week organised by CIDB, that we are organising this Bina 2025. It's like a conference, an event. Our team memang fokus tahun ni ada khas for the Modular Asia Forum and Exhibition. So showing that one of the initiative by CIDB untuk boost, like you mentioned tadi kan, untuk boost keep up on the adoption of IBS. I think this initiative, they are bringing all the global player and also the local player untuk share the best practices. And maybe Tan Sri, you should be featured during our Bina 2025 as well. You should.
We always do what.
Because
the day we just so
with your like life proven success story.
You can share.
This is the things yang kita nak share live to our audience, and sebenarnya nak bring confidence. Sebab kalau kita saja on government side saja yang bercerita, they don't buy our story, Tan Sri.
That's why I
listen from you.
I don't mind just tell. Normally people, contractor will tell you, I lugi saja.
Betul.
But today I said I'm a very, very unconventional contractor.
That's why.
So I want to tell people, you invest at the beginning, you have a better profit. You can check the Google search by Lim Shanghai Capital profit. You can know. So that is how I want people to buy in private sector. Of course, I also appeal to Kerajaan, also hand in hand. When private sector has moved in, Kerajaan policy also had to change at the procurement contract. Of course, I like to highlight also, like just now why we decide there are certain area we don't go for 100% IBS. There are area we also have rooms for people to say that typical way of we just don't sengaja want to do because. So there are area you need to change it to cast institute on the public safety. I just quote one example. I think CIDB are very focused on the safety, public safety. They say you construct a highway, or construct a building on top of an existing road.
Yeah.
You don't do the precast.
Okay.
So that one you change to the system forward and cast in situ. Because the precast being your temporary platform, you have to dismantle to install the precast. Therefore, there's an accident bound to happen. The life safety out there.
Yeah.
So that are the things normally I have. As you look at my highway, I change some precast parapet wall to cast in situ. I will do a forward to slip.
Okay.
So don't sengaja. That's why there are area. That's why that area the scoring will be lower.
Yeah.
But for the safety,
That for the safety reason.
so that,
Yeah.
because the safety will come out. That
Okay.
I actually under the construction industry, I come out with a lot of things. I share because there are areas I was to share that I had to convince the government
Yeah.
to change their contract. This is something.
Yeah.
That's why I always say we construction. I'm learning.
Yeah.
So when this project have this problem, next project we think of how to improve it, learn from mistake to improve it. There are always
Those innovation as well.
the innovation.
Yeah.
I have a lot of innovation on the safety and the IBS. So that's why if you really want to have a session with me,
Sure. We would love to have more insight with you that your contacts and macam you sendiri yang declare, you memang tak typical contractor or developer yang come to become our guest because we are so happy. I think because of the podcast setting, Tan Sri, kan you become so like transparent.
Yeah, no. Normally I don't have so much time to because like my background from the rural, from the rural infrastructure, from the plantation until jetty, until airport, highway, now Manara KL Highland. So we actually all this all rounded. So we had know all the challenge. We also know the problem of the procurement with the government. That's why I always like to share. Tapi today I think our aim on this modular thing, we should put everybody hand in hand to make it a success for Malaysia.
I think it's kind of like giving back as well to our nation, to our industry. Since siapa lagi kalau bukan kita kan?
Yeah. That's why I say a lot of people because sorry a lot of people like to say that you go for precast mahal.
Yeah.
That is first statement all the contractor want to say.
Yeah.
Even kerajaan pun ada. Even the city hall also ada.
Until now.
That's why I hope I'm not show off on my profit. I just want to convince people to go buy it.
Yeah. We need to listen more about this. Seriously. Mungkin kita boleh panjangkan sesi kita untuk episod ni saja. Alright, Tan Sri. So, because
I'm still learning.
you're so humble, Tan Sri. Okay, so I think because we almost come to the end, we only have like several minutes left. So, I tak nak kita end the session with something yang tak ada meaningful. So, ada last question for both of you. Yeah, selalunya last question ni, dia tak nak lah cerita about the content to itself. So, I go first with IR lah. Okay, so the last question is not kind of question, maybe like lebih kepada that since you have been more than 20 years in Malaysia, so I nak tanya kat sini, what do you look Malaysia in another 10 years? Yeah, that's the question.
In the construction industry.
Yes, construction industry perspective.
So, of course if you ask me that question, because we are leading this IBS in Malaysia, CIDB IBS. Nama pun CIDB IBS, right? So, what I'm trying to say that if I wanted to look, berapa tadi? 5 tahun ke 10 tahun? 10 tahun. I mean, 10 years in 10 years, lagi 10 tahun. First is, kalau kita tengok other country, China, dia dah pergi kepada 3D printing.
Yeah.
Right. 3D printing. That is advanced technology from the modular even. So, but dekat Malaysia ni pun kita ada 3D printing, but it's just on the what we call it just a R&D stage, right? So my aspiration towards this industry, if I boleh laksana this initiative, I mean enhance pada, maybe in another 10 years tu kita dah ada teknologi 3D printing in Malaysia yang telah digunakan pakai secara commercialized. We are not talking about IBS anymore and modular construction sepatutnya, right? Maybe 3D printing another 10 years. Maybe 5 years lagi kita dah modular dah very established dan semua sudah guna pakai. So hope that dengan adanya policy daripada government, support from the government, policy even the government policy and private policy, as well as dulu kita ada cerita pasal initiative, right? But now if the government willing to give an initiative, maybe government kena introduce something lah pada industry, right? Just for information lah, CIDB ada satu initiative, insentif kepada industri whereby pengecualian levy bagi projek-projek menggunakan IBS. But there are several criteria and minimum criteria and requirement yang dia kena fulfill, right? So coming back to the question, yes, of course, in other 10 years I wanted to look into the 3D printing being commercialized and used in Malaysia. Of course lah, mesti ada process of approval, R&D dan sebagainya perlu dilaksanakan from now. Alright, that is my aspiration.
Your aspiration lah.
Yep.
No more buat kerja by component.
Yeah, we're talking about CR 4.0, construction 4.0. Even dalam inside the construction 4.0, CR 4.0, the 12 emerging technology, prefab and modular construction is inside there. But this 12 emerging technology construction 4.0, kita plan for 2030. Now we are 2025 already. Right. So in another 10 year, in another 10 year, kita dah ke 2035. Should be kita dah buy 3D printing lah pada masa itu. Very commercial. So if the government support and as well as the industry as well and player like Tan Sri, this is
I support.
Very supportive to this technology. Yeah, of course we can achieve that. Yeah, that is it.
I agree.
Yeah.
And again, support daripada industri sangat-sangat penting, especially from the private player, and especially I have to mention this, Tan Sri, especially from the big gun like you guys are.
No,
Of course, I think that's the catalyst. We have to accept that, especially to help all the SME players.
Yeah.
You know, because it's some kind of like an umbrella, payung Tan Sri. You guys yang kat atas ni kena payung orang-orang kat bawah. I hope that you agree with that.
Yeah.
And the last question for you. Tadi IR dah answer well. So it's now your turn. So of course, last question ni I nak bagi yang panas sikit. So for Tan Sri, because you mewakili private sector. And I really need, this is not an answer. It's kind of request.
Right.
Please say your last word to the private sector on how to support this modular adoption for Malaysia. Yeah.
Okay, I think as an industry, I will invite my colleague, all the industry players, who actually move first step. If we are in the consultancy firm, we should start with Bina first. The company must have all this. And this is a base we have, because this is the data you have. But like just how I said, because we cannot plan for today, we plan for 10 years later. But 10 years later, we are all depend on AI technology, all the Cheng technology.
Yeah.
Your data is not there, you are nowhere there. So the construction firm also same thing. So we all this already in place. Then therefore, we will say that Malaysia industry player are ready. Of course, for further, we were still talking to the government to change the policy or procurement. Tapi for us, we play our part industry player. My advice is whether you're a big firm, your consultant firm, your architect or engineer or QS, your typical contractor, be ready.
Yeah.
Be ready. So you invest something. So I, as an advisor, how to say, we are bigger umbrella. We had the mold there. We will use yours.
Yeah.
So start with somewhere. Everybody hand in hand. We will make it. We will like Singapore. Once it's set, main master plan we have. We play our part as an industry player. Government play the part as a master plan for the entire path of modular industry technology. We go for it because in between, I hope also CIDB can do more R&D, and then I will share with this and more incentive. Then that's where I think Malaysia mesti boleh.
Malaysia boleh.
Malaysia.
Yeah, with that spirit of Malaysia boleh, of course, I think it's a collective work.
Yeah.
And everybody, including government agency, private sector agency, and not forgotten all the academicians, academia, industry.
Yes.
I think we're already there, but again kena lebih agresif lah kan, Tan Sri, macam China.
Yeah.
Kan? We should learn mana yang baik, kita belajar, kita adapt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, maybe we can add a bit that China is already getting all the over data there, define it, then they corroborate all the things. They said there will future, I will see China will be number one
Yeah.
in the 10 years because it will overtake the Singapore.
Yeah. Dia kolektif dia semua.
Yeah, semua.
Dia
There's
complete.
so canggih.
Yeah, the whole system, one supply chain dia complete.
Because all the data they have,
Yeah.
and you can see they come to do our proton also so nice.
Yeah.
The first proton China did, I test it
Yeah.
better than my Bentley.
Better than kita.
Yeah.
Wow.
Ah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Statement.
So maybe they want to show.
Yeah. But
I tried. They're so silent, so quiet. The was 170, the one. So I still came at my house.
so it's proven already.
It's
right?
proven. It's proven.
All right. Okay. So with that, sorry, we have
Thank you.
kita ada masa yang sangat singkat. Tak rasa 1 hour because with you guys very. Yeah, I think we make a good team for this episode. And on behalf of CIDB Malaysia from Bina Podcast, we would like to thank you again to our panelists. And Tan Sri, jangan serik. Please, this is your first time, right? And after this, next episode, kita dah lock.
Okay.
Special episode maybe with your banyak lah I nak dengar from you sebenarnya, Tan Sri. Yeah, we can plan in future.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. And IR as well, with your aspiration and what you have done within CIDB and on behalf of everyone, I think we would like to thanks for all your effort and commitment. And before we end up, I nak juga raise up to our audience that please don't forget to go and visit our website on bina-cidbibs.my untuk you tahu lebih about tadi I ada mention on the International Construction Week and we're organizing this Bina 2025. We are bringing modular team this year around and we're bringing global player, also subject matter expert local macam Tan Sri to feature in our Bina 2025.
I'm learning.
Still humble walaupun dah memang is a success story lah Tan Sri. And go and visit, and that Bina 2025 will be happening on 28th until 30th of October in MyTech KL.
Okay.
So everyone, jangan lepaskan peluang ini untuk be part with us. And like what we did, kita just nak share the best practice and kita nak improve together. And again, it's a collective works. So with that, I think we can end our episode.
Yes.
So maybe in future, ada lagi episode lain you guys can feature in our Bina podcast. And with that, see you guys for the next episode. Bye.
Bye.